Hello everyone, welcome to Nitya Cloudtech. This is the part 4 of Azure Databricks series. In this video, we are going to discuss about what is workspace in Azure Databricks. So, workspace basically it is an environment for accessing all of your Databricks assets. So Databricks asset is nothing, it is just a Databricks object or workspace object. So objects we can say like folder, notebook, library, ML flow experiment. So what it does, it organize these objects into organizable format and provide access to data objects and computational resources. So if I try to explain you in the another slide. So Databricks Workspace is a runtime environment for performing various use cases like running ETL pipelines, data analytics, deploying machine, learning models, and more. So you can do all of these things in the workspace. We can also consider database workspace assets as in cluster, libraries, repos, models. Okay. And to manage this, or I can say to work on this, we have a Databricks UI, which is provide an GUI to workspace folder and their content object, database object, and computational resources. So I will show you practically on a website, on Databricks website. And you can manage all of these things using REST API as well. And you can also manage using CLI. So you have three options using GUI, REST API, or command line. But in this video, we are going to see only in UI. And most of the time, people use Databricks UI to manage this. Now let's move into the Databricks website. Okay, so this is the Databricks website, community cloud databricks.com, which we have shown in the previous video how we can create an account and get started on this. Now if I click here on the left hand side, so you can see this workspace icon. You can click on workspace icon and you have this two by default folder, shared and users. So shared, it means like it is accessible for all of the users. And you also have option to manage access, that is workspace access management. So you can manage this, like if you want to restrict access for some of the user, or you like define as per the requirement. And again, the second thing is user. So in user, it if I talk about user, so user have like different user have different access. So let's say uh, I have created one user, so that user can only see the related object, and the another user can see all the related object. Okay, now if I click on shared, so you can see this create button, and I can use notebook, I can create library, I can create folder, I can create ML flow experiment. So all these are database assets or database object. So we are not going to discuss about these things. We are just going to discuss about workspace in this video. In the next video, we are going to discuss about all these objects. So let's say if I need to create ETL using this Databricks. So let's say I have three environment like using data warehousing, staging, uh, transformation, and let's say data warehouse. So I can create three folder, let's say staging, and let's say transformation, and data warehouse, DWH. So now under this I can create notebook. So let's say I have to uh, use different table to load the data from source. So I can create notebook here. Let's say I can say s1 source one, and I have to create cluster. Cluster is mandatory. So I have already cluster defined because I cannot create notebook before cluster. And here I have option to choose language. I want to go with Python, SQL, Scala or R. So as per the comfortable user can use, or as per the project requirement. So let's say S1. So if I can now create writing my code to load the data. And if I show you, so now I have this notebook is coming under the staging. Like this we can create different notebook into the transformation and data warehouse. And if I show you this in the folder, you can basically rename the folder name, delete the folder name. So this way you can manage all these things using GU Databricks GUI. Similar things you can manage using REST API or CLI. So that's what the use of workspace. You can basically easily organize, like I organize in a way, like in data warehousing I can only store data warehouse related notebook, library, or a folder. And similarly, we can create as per the requirement in workspace. Let me go into the shared. Yeah. Okay, so we can similarly create library as per the requirement, ML flow experiment. So whatever the requirement, I can create these object. Okay, now there's one more thing in the workspace. If you see this account, so you can have multiple workspace accounts. Since here I have one, so it is showing one. Then according to requirement, you can switch from one workspace to another workspace. Okay, now let me go into this help option. So this is very important. In help option you have release note, so you can show the release note, you can see the documentation, you can see the knowledge base, database status, and you can provide the feedback. And as soon as you can click on this help center, so under help center you will get this link. And here you have like you can use community. Let's say you have some question, you have to raise a ticket, or you need some help, you can search here and you can post your question. So where the, if I talk about Databricks or like Azure Databricks, so it is a very strong community, it has a very strong community. So you will able to solve your query very easily from here. And you can take training here, you can use documentation. So there are things which you can use here. So this section is very important. Okay, so now this is all about the workspace. uh, in the next video we are going to learn about the different workspace object. I hope video would be helpful for you guys. Thank you everyone.